Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Custard Prophet. We're back here with our ETS2 playthrough with the Custard Haulers. We have another big truck of onions and we're in Greece, in Kalamata, and we're going to be going to the island of Chios, where we will be unloading at the Artemia Hotel. Yes, we are finishing off the all-inclusive achievement today. So, let's get in the cab. Let's get driving. We've got about 170 odd kilometers to go, and this is the most dull truck we've driven in a long time, but we're going to have a big old ferry journey, and then we will head to Chios, which is the 5th largest island in Greece, and also is the place where you get mastic glue from, which is put into wine and various other things as a variety of application. The tears of Chios are what the little mastic pearls are called. Right, so oh Christ, going right there, and I love coming back to Greece. I think this is a fabulously good little part of the game. Really do enjoy this. Let's have a look at the route we're going to be going on. It's not particularly far. We're just basically coming into the port of Athens. I guess we could have gone either way, but then we come here into Chios, and we've got to go all the way across Chios. That should be a nice little drive, and we will head to the hotel there, and then we're going to do the final drive of that achievement. So for those who don't know, the all-inclusive achievement means that you've got to do 4 drives, and all of them have to be basically taking a delivery from somewhere in Greece to one of the Artemia hotels. The slight kicker is that they all have to be unique delivery, so you can't deliver to the same place twice. So currently we've been to the hotel on the island of Lesbos in Mytilene, and also in Argostoli on Kefalonia. So we've been to those two, and we've now got either Chios, which is the one we're doing now, Crete in Chania, that's it, and Rhodes being the final one we could go. So we've got to pick 2, or go to do 2 of those remaining ones left. So what I think I'll do right at the start of this, we've got a few bits and pieces to talk about. Looking forward to that. About a little bit of information on the project coaches, which is kind of nice, and also 1.55. We talked about that last time out, but we know a little bit more about some of the achievements that have been put on Steam. So I'll talk a little bit about that, plus a bunch of other things. So I'm going to turn my face off because it's boiling here, and drive to Athens, and as we go there, we will when we get there, we will probably have a little chat when we get on the island of Chios, driving across it. So I'll see you in a little while. Enjoy the scenery, folks. Well, folks, it is just about 11 o'clock in the evening, and we're coming off the ferry here in the port city of Chios. This one's another really pretty area. Just do so these Greek islands so nicely. Yeah, it was a pretty uneventful drive, no real issues. Went a little overcast, and I think it's probably still the case, and we're going to be driving down this sort of past the bars and the cafes, the bars I guess, which will be, you know, a few people having a beer or two out in the heat. I'm sure that will be a very nice thing to do. Can't believe it's 50 kilometers an hour. Well, actually no, that's not too bad actually, is it? What's the conversion of that? It's about 30, is that, in miles an hour? Just trying to work out if that's fast or not. So, as we drive to our final port, we've got basically 19k to get there, to the hotel. Just want to talk a little bit about some of the achievements which have been put onto Steam. We talked about those last time because they are put on in preparation for 1.55. We thought they'd probably be there because of the new Driver Academy chapter or section, which has been which is been reported to be added. The driving proficiency. Just a sloop around there. Yeah, the driving training proficiency, and so that has been confirmed now because we now have details of those three achievements, and they're all kind of linked to doing well in there. So getting a completing. They haven't. I think last time there was 5. This time there's just 3. So we've got advanced student. In that one we have to pass 23 scenarios in the driving truck proficiency. Nerd of the road, and we have to do get 3 stars in 23 plus scenarios in that section. So I think depending on how well you do, you're given a star rating, and so you need to get 3 stars, which I think will probably be the top rating. I'm not 100% sure. And then the last one we have to do is the shining star. So you have to get 3 in a row drives where you've got 3 stars in those in the driving proficiency. So it's all around kind of completing things. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. It says it's going to be a lot harder than the Driver Academy, the first set that we did, and some of those were really tough. The first section, that was relatively straightforward. I got through those without too much hassle, as I remember. But as we got into the more complicated levels of reversing, I mean, I think I'm much better than I was, but yeah, at that point I really was not a confident reverser in the game. And what that did. Oh Christ! Sorry, I didn't see you there, even though you had your lights on. But what that did was it essentially did what it should have done. It made me a much better reverser in the game with the truck on the back. You know, reversing without the truck's fine, but with the truck and understanding how to do that and kind of getting the feel for it, much better. I say that now for anyone who's new. You probably will then see me spoon this reverse into somewhere where I shouldn't spoon it into. So that's what we've kind of got, and we're going to be looking forward to that coming out. So that's going to be any time now. I mean, as those have been released, 1.55 must be a matter of weeks, a week away, maybe 2 weeks away. I can't believe it'll be any more than that, but maybe a lot less. We might be talking hours from when I record this video. So I thought we'd come back, we'd do this second half of this achievement because I'm enjoying Greece, and then we'll probably focus then on the driving proficiency for a couple of episodes, and then get back into Spain after that. I hope you are all on board for this. Not sure I've been out here to this Artemia hotel. Yeah, that's right. If you are wanting to do this particular achievement, you need to search for Artemia which is the hotel name, and that's where. So you're going to this hotel. Deliveries to there from Greek locations. That's what you need. Looks like I have been there. The reverse we had in the first one of these, which was on Mytilene, was insane, and I'd love to know if any of you have managed to do that reverse. We had some comments to say they've not seen that one before and they've not done it, but I'd love to know if anyone has done it. Fantastic. So we are almost there. It looks like it's a pretty populated island, this, because we've almost just been going through town all the way, just housing everywhere. Right, here we go. It's on the left. What have we got? There's the Artemia Hotel. I love this kind of idea because they're all. I mean, hotels always have like complicated entrances, don't they? It's never. There we go, through that. I didn't stop. That's already a. just gonna just blaze through without knowing where I'm supposed to be going. Right. It is a 90. Right, we'll give it a go. I'm not guaranteeing I'll get it. It doesn't look like it's a lot of room to play around with here. It looks like it's just down in there. Skip parking, press enter. I'm not sure. Is that actually going? This is going to take a little bit of playing around with, I think. Right. I think we're not a million miles away from where we want to be here. Right. Let's just... Right, here we go. I think we should be able to get this. Just turn it here. There we go. There we go. There we go. That was tough, but nowhere near as difficult as the one we did earlier on. Pleased with that. 3 out of 4 on the all-inclusive. So I'm going to look for another job, and we're going to be either looking in Hania on Crete or in Rhodes. So I'll see you in a second when we found our job. Okay folks, this is going to be a very similar drive actually, but I wonder whether we can do it for a slightly quicker route. So actually go into Kalamata, go into here, come back out into Athens and on to Rhodes. That might be the thing to do. I think we might try that rather than doing the same old route here. So let's start this drive and we'll see if we can get there a slightly quicker route. We are going from the olive factory or the olive farm in Kalamata all the way to Rhodes this time. This is going to be a fun one. This first part of the drive, we've done this. There's a whole achievement with this particular bit. You need to take 5 deliveries from this to unique locations within Greece. We managed to do that, but the drive you have through here, it's a real tough one not to scratch up your truck or cause any slight accident. And these are as interestingly parked vehicles as you can see there. If you've not done this drive, I would fully recommend it. It's one of my favourites that we have in the DLC. It's just because of just the complexity of it, and you've got if you've got a massive trailer on the back, all the better. All these lanes, you never get something coming the other way, but all of these roads are narrow as heck. Another really narrow one down here. This right turn, you've got to get right up there into that guy's face, and then hope you can get round without breaking anything. And we've managed it there. Awesome stuff. So what we will do, we've got a nighttime drive to get to Athens, so we'll do to get into Kalamata. We will do that. I'm probably going to not show that on camera just because I know nighttime drives aren't the most exciting thing to see. What I am going to do is just keep on camera for a second just so you can see this part of the drive, which is interesting and fun. And then when we pop out the end here, then I will come back when we are doing our little ferry trip round and about. And as we sort of drive into Rhodes, then I'll have a little chat with you about what I now know about project coaches, which looks really intriguing. I just ran the giveaway sign or whatever it is horribly there. Right, folks, I'll see you in a sec when we come back for our ferry trips. But until then, I'm going to do a bit of nighttime driving. Right, folks, we're here in Kalamata, just a short drive south from where we were at the olive farm, and you can see just ahead of us is the port. I would love if SCS actually made the change that if you kind of decided to go in this direction, they actually took into account the fastest route via ferries, or there was something to toggle that would allow you to do that. Because it does feel like you can't just say, well, I want to take that ferry, I want to go this direction, I don't care that it's going to cost a bit more, but it will automatically try and send you somewhere else, which is a weird one. I think we've got to go right here, so you're just letting me go, are you? So we're going through an area. Actually, I don't think we've been in downtown Kalamata before, so this is pretty cool. Something a bit new. Or maybe actually we have been up here. So yeah, no, we have. I remember this actually when we did the achievement, which was all done in one episode. That took me so long to achieve because all of those deliveries had to go from the olive farm to somewhere unique. So some of them were quite close by, like kiosks. Some of them were a lot further away, requiring a lot more driving. So we'll be going left here. I think. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, in here. It's a bit complicated. So, question I had, and I was sort of wondering what the deal is here. Got some water there on the right. There doesn't seem to be anything that's stopping me. What if I was to drive over the edge? Would the coach actually go into the water and I'd have to get rescued? Has anyone done that? I've never done it. I've got enough money to be able to do it, but I've never actually done it. Would you like me to try it in one episode, just to see what would happen? Because I'm sure most people have tried it. It's just because, I'm doing this YouTube malarkey. I haven't. Right, we're going to try and go to... We're going to go to Chania. Then we're going to go from there to Athens, and then from Athens to Rhodes. That's the plan. So we might need to go to a different ferry after that. Oh my lord, it's raining. That is unexpected bad weather. Right, so let's just have a look at this. We want to go into the other ferry. We've not actually been to the one next door, which is just there, I think. And it is currently just past 10 o'clock in the morning. Lightning and everything. It's always more impressive when it's warm. Right, here we go. I'm not sure if that was the noise that we made or was that was thunder, but we'll head down here and in then to Athens and then on to Rhodes. I need to back up just a touch. Here we go to Piraeus, another 9-hour trip. I mean, it's a bit of a... I suppose it's much easier to do this trip than... And then we want to go to this particular one. Is it in the right one as it is? I'm not entirely sure. On to go to Rhodes, so not sure. I think we want to go on this one, but we just need to go in the other side of it because I think there is only one ferry. Oh look, the weather's nice. It's now 7 o'clock at night. We've done this in a very interesting way. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I suspect it's going to be Monday it's going to be light on Monday when we get there. So we're heading to Rhodes. Third ferry of the journey. Let's see how this goes. We are going to... What? I was going to say it's not there. 13 hours. Wow. Rhodes is actually a lot further out there and it's nearer to Turkey than I thought. Let's embark. Almost £2,000. Right. And it is 8:44 in the morning and we have just... Are we late then? It'll be take us 34 minutes to get there. Let's just see how long we don't have any time remaining. So we are going to be late with this, but I don't know if that matters for the achievement. You know, I'm not sure how late we were. It would be interesting to see that. I didn't bother looking. Oh, stop it. This is where we're going. Just down here. We've not been to that particular hotel before, so that will be a fun one. There is another hotel right at the top there, but we're not going there. So let's, as we're heading down here, let's talk a bit, folks, about project coaches. Because this is one of the upcoming things that is going to be added to ETS2 in the future, and they're starting to develop that. And I actually saw it was on YouTube. There was someone had got some clips of some of the developers talking about project coaches and what it was going to be. And so essentially, as far as I can understand from this, it's going to be a DLC, which that's good driving. Well, not really. Yeah, so it'll be a DLC which bolts onto everything else and across all the other DLCs. So kind of like, maybe the special transport and things like that. So it links into all of those other DLCs. And there's going to be, at least at the moment, 3 different coach types. One of which was a sort of double-decker coach. And when you sort of toggle it, so the UI is going to look very similar, and you'll sort of toggle between whether you're travelling via lorry or via coach, which journey you're doing. And if you choose via coach, then you'll be able to pick routes that you're going to go on. But along those routes, there will be multiple stops to drop off passengers. And what was quite interesting about this is that the driving, and they were saying that the drive is actually, you need to be sensible about driving, so not crashing, not accelerating or braking too hard, because there will be some link to passenger experience and XP. So the amount of XP you get at the end will be how smooth the drive was, and presumably getting to your destination on time. Those sort of things. So it does sound very good. I think they were keen to stress that this is not a coach simulator game. It's not in any way that. It is basically ETS2 but with a coach. So you're not going to be doing anything other than the driving, really, and trying to drive well. There'll be no punching of tickets or anything like that, which I think that sounds very, very sensible. But it does sound really cool, and it looks like there's going to be a whole range of different size of coach stops, from like whole coach stations to sort of really small coach stops, and they'll be across the map. And as far as I could tell, it seems like this is something that is going to be developed over time as well. So they'll enhance the experience as you go. Probably more sort of coach models. And those sort of things. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that, because I heard that and I thought, yeah, that kind of works. I don't mind that at all. If I was gonna choose what it was like, that's kind of what I'd choose. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Right, our location is somewhere on the left, so that's the Artemia Hotel there, but it looks like the delivery site is just in behind it here. So I think I want to get a nice little, so it's not there, that's kind of like the front part of the hotel. Maybe I'll get a thumbnail. Right, and so then we're gonna pop down here on the left and we'll see what this brings us. I suspect this is going to be tough, but this one is an easier to get in section. There's some covered parking for folks. There's not a lot of room for manoeuvre here, and another 90. Right, so how the heck do we get down there? I can sort of see it down the bottom there, but I think there's some room possibly on the left to move, to turn around. I'm hoping there is. So I'm going to try and do that, and then we'll try and slot it in there. So I'm going to manoeuvre myself around and then we'll see how we go. Right, here we go, folks. We can sort of see it behind us just down there. So there's some really, really fun, challenging bits of reversing that they've put in with these hotels. Just got to be careful here because we've got this thing sticking out there. There's literally just enough room. You can sort of see we're doing a pretty good job on approach here. Right, damn it! I just lost where I was there a second. I don't think I'd have got it. Just turned the wrong way. It's quite easily done. There we go. But I'm right here, mate. Right here. There we go. We have dropped it off. That should be achievement completed. All inclusive. Deliver cargo to at least 4 unique hotels in Greece. We were 5 hours 57 minutes late. Oops. That's fine though. I enjoyed that, folks. Let me know your thoughts on that. Have you completed that achievement yet? Hopefully next time out we will be doing the driving proficiency or the driver proficiency part of the driver academy. I'm looking forward to that if that appears soonish. If that doesn't appear before the next episode, we will be heading back into Spain, and we're having a look around Spain again at some of the locations, perhaps heading down back into Portugal and around there. Not entirely sure yet. There's lots of it to explore, but let me know if there are any drives that you think I should be doing. Nice to complete an achievement, always happy to do that. And we are on to the next one. So if you did enjoy that, please like the video, subscribe if you're new. See you for the next one. Goodbye.